Thank you for coming today. I'm attorney Gloria Allred, and with me is Melrose Brow. I'll be speaking first, and then Melrose will be speaking. To my left is Charlie Brow, Melrose's brother. And to our far right is Jean Eason, and Jean is the significant other, longtime significant other, of Melrose. We are here today because the children of murder victim Katharina Brow want to express their disappointment and their anger about what they believe is a failure by the producers of the new movie Conviction to show respect and compassion for their family when it was the brutal murder of their mother that triggered events which are the basis for this feature film, which will be released tomorrow. Katharina Brow was 48 years old when she was murdered in 1980. She was stabbed multiple times and bludgeoned with a ceramic lamp by the murderer who left her lying in a pool of blood. She was a loving mother of Melrose Brow and Charles Brow, who are here with me today. Kenneth Waters was convicted of Katharina's murder in 1983 and served 18 years in prison after a jury found him guilty. Ultimately, blood found at the murder scene was submitted to the Innocence Project, and based on the DNA result, a judge exonerated Waters in 2001, and he was released from prison. Waters' sister had gone to law school and played a role in his release. The film stars Hilary Swank and Minnie Driver. Ms. Swank is also an executive producer. Reportedly, this film has been in development and production for approximately 10 years. Although the events depicted in the movie would never have occurred were it not for the cold, heartless, and brutal murder of their mother, the film's producers, including Ms. Swank, have never bothered to contact the victim's family during the 10 years that this film was being made. In fact, to this day, the children of the murder victim have never been contacted by Hilary Swank, who is the executive producer and star, or by anyone connected to the film. We believe that a proper respect for the murder victim's family should have been shown during the 10-year period leading up to this film. That could have been demonstrated by the film's representatives contacting the family to learn how they felt about making of a film which would remind them of the terrible pain and suffering that they endured because of the loss of their mother. They should have been asked if they had any questions about the film, and they should have been consulted about any portrayal of their mother and her murder. They should also have been asked if they wished to attend a private screening. No contact with the family was made, however, and no compassion for their terrible loss has been shown to them. Instead, Hilary Swank said of Conviction, when she was interviewed on Larry King, CNN, quote, "I think this is, at the core of the heart of it, a feel-good movie," end quote. We can say with certainty to Ms. Swank that there was nothing that felt good to Melrose and Charlie about the vicious murder of their mother in 1980, and there is nothing that makes them feel good about it now. The release of Conviction and the press tour that accompanies it does not make them feel good. The fact that their mother is mentioned in it does not make them feel good. And the fact that neither Ms. Swank nor anyone else connected to the film has had the decency to contact the family about the terrible tragedy they have suffered does not make them feel good. Ms. Swank and others have not done the right thing by either intentionally or unintentionally excluding this family from any input into the making of this film. But it's never too late to do the right thing. We urge Ms. Swank to meet with Melrose and Charlie, the murder victims' children, as soon as possible. They need and deserve to be shown respect and compassion, and they need and deserve to receive answers to many questions that they have. We are sending a letter to Ms. Swank today requesting that meeting, and we look forward to what we hope will be a positive, thoughtful, and caring response. Now, before I introduce Melrose, I just want to say that we have given to everybody copies of some of the newspaper articles from the time of the murder. And there's Melrose there, and there's Charlie. And and there's also a daughter-in-law there, and they're all holding each other. And also, we also have photos of the deceased, may she rest in peace. And that is Mrs. Katharina Brow. And finally, we also have other photos from the time. Brutally murdered. We have also photos that we will show you after Melrose speaks. Melrose.
Okay.
I have a box of tissues.
Okay. My name is Melrose Alicia Brow. I am the daughter of Katharina Brow, who was murdered in 1980. My mother was the innocent victim of a horrible crime. Because of her murder, my whole family, especially my brother, Charlie, our children, and I have suffered an indescribable lifetime of loss. The pain that we have lived with for 30 years has only been deepened by the news that a major motion picture conviction will be released tomorrow. Because of this, our family is being forced to relive the memory of the heinous crime which took our mother's life and which has deeply affected ours. We are angry and disappointed that in the making of the film, neither executive producer Hilary Swank nor anyone else connected to the film ever contacted us to see how we would feel about the fact that our mother's murder is the basis for events which transpired as a result of her tragedy. Had they contacted us and shown us some respect and compassion, here are some of the questions I would have wanted to ask. Why did you make this movie? Is my mother going to be betrayed? And if so, how? Will she be presented as the loving mother and grandmother she was? Will her image be on screen? What was your source of information about our mother, and why did you not consult us about her? Will the actual murder be on screen? How much research have you done to uncover the truth about who committed this murder? Will you commit to use the profits from this film to find the person who or persons who murdered our mother? We are not Hollywood people like you are. We are just children of a murder victim. Nevertheless, we believe that victims matter. My mother was not just a name and is not a person who should be used as a line in a script or just a way to make a profit for the entertainment industry. She was a very special human being and an essential member of our family. She worked hard every day to support us in every way possible. We would like to have a meeting with Hilary Swank and others from the film so that we can obtain answers to our many questions and share the pain we feel because of our mother's murder and the fact that we have been ignored and never contacted about the making of this film. We cannot say whether or not Kenneth Waters was a victim, but we know to a certainty that our mother was. It is not too late to meet with us to show us the compassion that we think all family members of a murder victim deserve.
Thank you. And we have photographs of Katharina and also with Melrose. Mm-hmm. And this is at a christening. And Charlie is also shown in the photograph. And then here's a picture of Katharina with her husband. That's their father. And we also have a wonderful photograph of Katharina in happier times. Who's the child?
It's Charlie's daughter, Nita Marie.
This is Charlie's daughter. In other words,
First grandchild.
Her grandchild, one of her grandchildren. And finally, again, we will also show you the family in happier times. Another photo, which we'll show you. And we'll be happy to take any questions.